Hello, how are you? Skibidi detective here. The episode begins with footage of the speaker hitting Skibidi with a bat and the other speaker rubbing his knife. Then we're shown the other part of the group, the big cameraman with the blue shirt and a red speaker, by the way. It's from this big cameraman's point of view we've been watching the whole 67 episodes. It's clear from the color of the shirt. The whole group of agents easily copes with Skibidi themselves, and at the end of this battle, we can see that the operator this time is one Towsman. The way the agent is blocked by a door with a Skibidi sign, but the red cameraman, who is also a fan speaker, W, with some kind of device. Apparently the red cameraman started openly using the green power of Dafuk when he was trying to hide it. By the way, this device resembles a similar device from Half-Life 2 that Axe had, and you could also use it to break down doors with this device. Was interested in the camera, but realized that he had nothing to catch and he wouldn't give it back. So he just gave it a thumbs up and the doors open, and behind them are more Skibidi sons. This time, you can get a good and you can see what they look like. They look like scientists, all with glasses and a hand simulation device. The scientists start screaming, but our agents, in the blink of an eye, they're over in a flash. Red cameraman went on and opened a new door. This time, even one Tossman took an interest in the device, to which red cameraman immediately hid it here. Everyone can hear Skibidi round the corner, who is Cranes, a container one Tossman with a large, to stop them by going round the corner, and you can see that it's a conveyor belt to improve the Skibidis. They get acid barrels and jetpacks. The big cameraman was about to shoot at, but one Tossman decided to keep watching. Here, one Tossman gets a green disturbance, and an error appears on the right side of the screen. Transmission and recording error. But it's not one Tossman, it's the big man in last week's episode. He just shows us all these events through the transmission of the image of Big Man's plunger. A little bit of a glimpse of what's causing the errors of the transmission, namely the green light that's shown near the computers is Dafuk, who is doing something in the lab, and because of its power, it's interfering with the transmission of the image. By the way, there's a hint here which only confirms my theory that this fact is connected to a race of agents, computermans, because the light is located near computers. Remember how I said in the last article that the red cameraman is connected to the Dafuk. Now it is confirmed not only by the device, but also by the fact that in the complete compilation of the 60 of episode 67. One small detail, where there used to be Dafuk 1 near the green light, now there are two silhouettes, and I believe that the second silhouette is the red cameraman. He's the one who's cooperating with Dafuk 1 Tossman. Sees the other agents calling them back, but he decides to see how the Skibidis work. But then an alarm is activated. In fact, it could have been activated by anyone. From the random Skibidi who detected the intrusion to the Dafuk himself, sometimes he does what he thinks as he sees fit. And this time, he apparently thought that this outcome could help our agents, which also hints at the fact that it was Dafuk who raised the alarm. There was a transmission glitch before it started. It may have almost been discovered by the Skibidis while hacking into their system, and in order to divert attention away from himself, he decided to shift attention to the agents because of the one Tossman alarm that Skibidis had discovered. And yeah, it's a reference to Breaking Bad. The left is Jesse, and on the right, Walter. They were holding some kind of chemicals in their hands, but I think anyone who's seen the show or heard what it's about now will know that they were going to make a big deal out of it. The Skibidis found the agents, but then the big cameraman shoots at the barrels on on the ceiling, they fall down and explode, causing a distraction. The red cameraman hacks the door to close, but at the last, the big cameraman's shoulder, a saw comes flying in and hurts him badly, by the way. At this point, you can see a cat on board. I realized it was a YouTube link, and I realized it was a YouTube link and followed it to a closed-circuit Dafuk video, which is only available through Link, where Godzilla decides to take on Tim, the Titan Skibidi, with a worker who shot the saw. Holding the door on the big cameras, decided to get back at him and shot him. Right in his face with a rocket. The door closes, the agents run to the same exit that was open earlier, but at the other end of the corridor, a Skibidi appears with lasers, and just as the big cameraman is about to run into the lift, he gets hit hard with lasers. The lift was about to close, but this Skibidi is determined to get to everyone, and he's being shot at with everything they've got. And when a rocket or missile hits him, he backs off. By the way, he's got a weird look on his face. Vantasme. Maybe all the Skibidis know who he is and they have something like a ranking of dangerous agents who should be eliminated first. Tosman is one of the most dangerous. It would seem that the agents are saved. Everybody notices that the big camera with a blue shirt is badly wounded because of lasers. Tosman wants to do something. But the man gestures that there's nothing he can do but take his lens, which, by the way, he wore when he fought the scientist, and gives it to him, and then he gives him thumbs up and dies. But I think we should to honor this agent. He did a lot for them. All the agents are grieving, and Tosman is getting ready for the next floor, and with his gun, shows that he's ready to take revenge on the Skibidi himself. The doors open, and that's the end of the episode. Let's get to the end. Let's get to my theories. First of all, as stated earlier, the Skibidi base is also a laboratory, but it's also where they stamp out Skibidi enhancements and the agents are going to go down lower and lower on it. I think that's where they'll find the more raw prototype enhancements and various mutants. The ones that have been made in a single, and it's going to be a lot more dangerous, and judging by the fact that one agent has already died. The lower you go, the harder it gets. The few people at the end of it are going to be alive. As far as I'm concerned, 2 or 3, everyone else will be dead. That's it. Thanks for watching.